Hello, welcome back. Today we have a client who has a cased-in walk-in closet door, and they want to put an actual door that they can lock or at least close for privacy reasons, and that is open casing. Here's a picture of the door. That is the door right there, and we're going to walk in and we want to put it right in that door encasing. All right, and we will show you some more in a few minutes. The first thing you'll want to do is, it's a lot easier if you have two levels, at least a 4-foot level and a small. This one is 16 inches, which is great. For the small one, you would like to see how level the floor is. And as you see, that's pretty good, so the floor is pretty level. Now, take a longer, level, which is a 4-foot level, and see how level the wall is. It's not bad, a little bit off, but not bad. Look at the bottom. Bottom is also pretty good, not bad. All right, now let's look at this side. And not bad at all, not bad. Look at the bottom. And now let's look at the bottom, and pretty good. Look at the top. Yes, the top is in pretty good shape as well. The first thing I am going to do is to take off the back side door trim. The purpose of that is to keep the front completely factory as far as your edges are concerned. This is the part inside the closet, not seen as much, so we're gonna take this off so we can slide it directly in. Next, let's take off the back. I'll start at the edge at the bottom. It should come right on up. Try to keep this piece as one solid piece, like that. This, and for all your nails, you'll need to pull these out the same way I pulled out the ones that was on the side. Next, after you take the side pieces off, just take you a pair of pliers, pull the nails out. Come out pretty easy. Now we have the door. We're going to take the door and put it inside the open casing. And here it is. And if we were actually, which is leaning at an angle, if we were to slide it straight up, as you see, it will look pretty good and cover everything. Now here is where we will actually end up cutting this somewhere. Not sure which way it needs to go, if it anyway, but we end up cutting up here so that the door will go flush against the wall. The next step for this door is this door is actually smaller than the opening. Or the next size up that is sold would be slightly bigger than the opening. So the client decided to go down. So we're gonna build the walls in a little bit. I'm going to show you the next thing. After we build the walls in, we will have to cut the trim, the baseboard trim, which you'll see in a couple seconds. This is pretty much the space that we're going to close off, which you see is pretty tight against the top. appearance for you. The next thing we need to do is we need to remove the trim. First thing we would do is cut the caulk. Prefer use a utility knife to cut that, but that would keep you from tearing the paint up on the walls. Next, use a crowbar. Tap it on down. Loosen it on up. One piece. There's two pieces. We will do the same thing to the other side. And just knock your nails in so they're not in the way. And next we will come and cut your baseboard and quarter round down so the door will fit in properly. Now that I have removed part of the inside trim on the floor of the door, I can now install the framing for the 2x4s. Okay, now we will put a 2x4 on each side for our framing purposes. Let's see. Side. Now for the other side. Check again, make sure we're level. We're in pretty good shape. In pretty good shape. And pretty good shape. Let's look at the other side. Pretty good shape. Slide it down to the bottom. In pretty good shape. I'm just going to dry fit the door. All right, with a dry fit, this side we will this side we will make flush, and from the other side, as you see, we still have a gap which we anticipated. So what you see the top is, but we'll straighten that up once we actually put it in place. But I have another board which we're going to use to shim this side. Okay, to close that gap up, we're going to add one more piece. Actually, we'll get some shorter nails. No need for those long ones, that's overkill. And I'm going to use some 2-inch nails instead of 3-inch nails. 3-inch would be overkill. I meant screws, not nails. And I would suggest putting the 2 pieces of wood on the side away from your doorknob to give you full strength of your locking mechanism. Door lock. Give it another dry fit. When I dry fit it this time, I want to check the leveling of the door. chipotle tool just to cut right down the line where we marked the door trim. Break it off. You have two choices: either knock those down or pull them out with a pair of pliers. And the door should fit pretty tight. Alright, you can see it is framed in, doors on. We have also cut the baseboard out, so on both sides. And now we can go ahead and put on the door trim. Okay, we have everything framed up. The door is actually on the frame. We also have already cut out the door trim. I mean the baseboard for your door trim on both sides.